1986 Jeep. Now, if you looked at the previous 2 or 3 videos on the same Jeep as I'm going along here, procedure by procedure, I don't know if you could see that. It fooled me at first, but there's some lint that is fluorescent that is down towards the seam. And the picture, the camera is not really picking it up. Interesting. My eyes see it. I don't know if the camera sees it or not. But right at the base of the tubes or the fins connector, there was something that looked like dye. But then after I sprayed it with some lacquer thinner, it disappeared and I see long stringies like little fluorescent dye particles. And it almost fooled me thinking that this condenser was leaking. Couldn't find any leaks everywhere. This is from where I filled it up at the drain plug. That's why you see dye right there. And I was looking up the parts anyway, just to see if they needed to be replaced. So I went to CYTK and I looked up the price of a dryer because, of course, if you're going to replace a condenser, this is a 1987, you're going to replace the dryer. So on this one here, the receiver dryer assembly, their book time is 1.8 hours. And yes, it's noisy here because I'm in a real shop. $108 for the dryer. If we go to condenser, and we search, and there we go, R&R condenser. They have 3 different condensers. Now, depending on what it is, Foes, Hackley is on condenser. So they, I guess, different outlets on the condenser, the way it's installed. So they had a dealer installed condenser, a different factory with a 1 hose outlet condenser or 2. So they had different condensers, 3 different options on this vehicle, anywhere from $435 to $342. So there's your condenser, 1.8 hours of labor, and that would be that. Then we would have the leak detection. So my minimum wage now is labor to come out and do anything is $204 an hour for a leak test. If it had a leak, it would be $204 just to find the leak. Then recover the refrigerant. I proved the system was working. These parts get replaced. So you charge here, San Francisco, California, it'd be $204 an hour. So you would add up the labor. So we had 1.8 hours, 1.8 hours, stack that up, times $204 an hour, you would have the labor for that. Then you would have the cost of the condenser, depending, there was 3 condensers, ranging anywhere from these prices, so you have an option of 3. We don't know which one it is yet. And then you have the receiver dryers, $108, plus then it has to be recharged. So then you have 1.4 hours of labor on recharge, so in our area, so you'd have 1.4 additional hours. This would be the labor for the recharge at $204 an hour. That would be for the recharge. Then you have the refrigerant, and then wherever your parts, say you'd have your dye. We could put a D, that's a bad D. And then we'd have our refrigerant, and then we'd have our oil, our parts. So that would be your materials, and then you would have whatever you would charge for that. This is a one. Converting it over from R12 to 134 system. So say I had 8250 for parts and for materials related to the refrigerant right there. Then you would have your labor. You had your initial leak test, what was 1 hour minimum, and so that would be $204 just for the leak test part. So you had that first, then the parts and labor were done, second procedure, and then you finished off your labor and materials for the recharge, and so you'd come up that. And all right guys, I'll see you later. I gotta go. I had to rush this video because I'm in a rush. See ya.